Today is a Gen 1 Sequoia, how to get the fuel tank out of these things. So I'll get underneath the vehicle and show you how that's done. All right, first of all, where is the fuel tank located? This is located on the driver's side in front of the rear tire. So going underneath the vehicle, you can see this right here. And the first step is going to be pulling what we're calling a rock guard or a skid plate. That's going to be held on by 4 1/2-inch or 13mm bolts. And where are those located? One up in here, which looks like a strap. It's going to be the one on the right there. There's going to be one over here on the body, which I've already removed. Then 2 right back here, 1 here, and 1 here. All right, then at the front of the tank, we have 2 fuel lines. And these have these little clips. You'll see they're slotted, so you can slide this back. So that slides back. And then you're going to have these 2 blue buttons basically going to push in. I already got this one. It takes quite a bit of pressure to get them apart. After you get those apart, let's work your way towards the back of the vehicle. And there is a vent tube right here. Again, this has 2 little tabs. You're going to push on top and bottom, pushing in and pulling out on that. It takes quite a bit of pressure. Again, you're going to have some hand strength. And then keep working our way towards the back here. We have got a fuel filler line that I undid here with a 10mm. And then I'm going to have another vent fill there I need to remove. I think that's going to be it. Then we're going to work on getting our straps down, which I need to soak. Those look like they are over here, maybe like a 14 or 15mm from the looks of it. So I need to get those with some penetrating oil to start getting those soaking, so those will come out for me. Okay, here we are I have all these connections undone as I talked about just a second ago. All this came apart pretty easy. I found with those little blue clips, pushing in with one side with a screwdriver and use my finger on the other side helped to get those off easier, so that'd be my recommendation on that. Turns out these are actually a 9/16. Maybe that's just because they're rusty, but 9/16 is what they look like. So I'm going to work on trying to get those out now. What I'm going to do is I'll run that bolt in and out, in and out, in and out, because it's very rusty, trying to work that rust off there. There we go. As you can see, I have this fuel tank suspended with my transmission jack. If you don't have a transmission jack, just bring one of your kids out, your wife out, your best friend, or maybe just a floor jack with a block of wood to hold this up to help get it down. Hopefully you get lucky enough too that this tank's about empty when you go to pull it. All right, something that's kind of cool about these straps, they've got these pins in here. So you can actually just get the strap totally out of the way. Most cars you kind of are just swinging those out of the way, bending them, and then bending them back. So that's kind of a nice feature. As I lowered this tank down, I could see this electrical coming off the frame rail there. So there's going to be this one clip right here. I'm just going to snip to give myself a little more slack so I can get myself up in there to pull this fitting off there for the electrical. I got a couple more inches out of it. From what I can tell, it's this little clip on the right you push. Here is what your gas tank's going to look like pulled out of the vehicle. Looks like pretty much your typical ring here that spins on to hold the fuel pump in place. It's probably spring loaded, and it looks like you got these little clips here and here to get these lines off as well, and just the one electrical. There wasn't any more vent hoses, it was just the electrical after I undid all these to get it down. That wraps up how to get this out. Obviously, to get it in is just reverse the process. Straps first, connect everything up, put your skid plate on. Pretty straightforward. Good luck.